tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, and as always, I have a very special guest for you, Randy Jones, actor, writer, and director. He'll be with us for the next 30 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Beyond Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. And like I said, I have a very special guest for you, Randy Jones. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I have to say Brooklyn Zone, Randy Jones.
Yeah.
Because off camera, you were like, oh, from Brooklyn, you represent style, that good stuff.
Well, I'm from some of the projects, Murder Ave,
Okay.
Doing my thing. Actually, where all the entertainment started from, exactly where I came from, out of my neighborhood back in the days.
And that's good. So you know what? You're a writer, you're a producer, you're a director, actor. You do a whole gamut in the entertainment world.
Yes, I do.
So who is Randy Jones?
Well, Randy Jones, like you just pretty much summed it up. Randy Jones, an actor, a writer, a producer, a director who writes and produces and stars in his own films and other projects as well.
Okay. So aside from that, what led up to all this entertainment? I know you just said, growing up in that area, there was a lot of culture, a lot of entertainment. So is that something you developed at a young age and it just kind of grew into this?
Okay, you got time for a story?
I got time for a story.
Okay. When I was a kid, way back in year 1983, okay, this when New Edition first came out, around October the 8th. Remember like it was yesterday. I hung out with a lot of my friends I grew up with in the projects. I came out of Brooklyn, called some of the housing projects. And at that time, I wasn't really, into the entertainment business. I just wanted to be a street kid, a thug, whatever, a gangster, hanging around the wrong crowd. Well, one of my brothers, who's no longer with us now, rest in peace, PC Rock, he had, back then what we used to like tattletale each other. Mom, he did this, Mom, he did that. So one day he told my mom, who's no longer here, the kind of people I was hanging out with, because he was kind of concerned for me, because he knew about the streets, and he's like, listen, if you continue to go on this route, this is where you're going to end up at.
80s Brooklyn.
Yeah, exactly. So, the drug and the gang epidemic was huge back then, okay? So what my mom did, being that she raised me up in the church, she said, Rand, why don't you pray and ask God to give you a talent? So I didn't know what to do. I said, no, I can't do nothing. So talent is anything. So I said, okay, you prayed, then I prayed. When she prayed, I prayed based upon how she told me how to pray, because I was raised in the church. I didn't know too much about God and all that time, anything at that time. So then I assumed she prayed. Well, the next day something happened that really didn't happen. I started getting into songwriting. I tried to be a singer. And from singer, I got into hip hop. And from hip-hop, I started doing music videos. So I did a music video in my neighborhood, and I saw it, and actually they played it on this thing called Video Music Box.
Video Music Box.
Make it or break it, Peace to Ralph McDaniels. Okay, and I saw it, and when I saw myself on TV, I said, I can act. So then I got more serious, and I said, you know what, let me try auditioning. So I started auditioning for different TV shows, commercials. I auditioned for a famous 1980s TV show. I'm not going to mention it right or anything. And I was so happy. I thought I was going to get the role. I was all excited and everything. And next thing you know, a couple of weeks went by, a month went by, nobody never called me. So I took it personal. I said, Dad, nobody want to hire me. Nobody want to give me this opportunity. So something rose on the inside of me. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write my own stuff. I'm going to produce my own stuff. I'm going to direct my own stuff. I'm going to star my own stuff. And I'm going to get other people like myself who's trying to make it involved with what I'm doing. Then as the time go on, I could work with the Halle Berrys, the Denzels, and all the other stuff. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing, besides working with the big-time people at the moment. So I started in that area. It started really through work doing the music and doing the music video and being frustrated with the business. I'm not getting the opportunity. So I decided, you know what, let me get my own stuff.
You'll make your own opportunity.
Exactly. And truth to be told, I never thought or imagined when I was a kid, before I even got into the business, that I could do all of this. I never thought. Somebody would have told me when I was 5 years old, one day you're going to do films. I thought you was crazy. Because that wasn't I always liked it, TV shows and music, and I grew up on different actors and actors. One of my idols was Eddie Murphy in comedy, and my action heroes were Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone and stuff like that for drama. Of course, Denzel Washington, the top dog, Okay, so I grew up on watching that stuff, and it was my inspiration, you know. And then I started doing background, you know, working as an extra, and I got a
Okay.
chance to work with Denzel Washington in this movie called The American Gangster. I'm gonna tell
Big
you a
movie.
story. Let me tell you a story. I auditioned one time for Malcolm X, right? No, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. I went to be an extra in Malcolm X, right? What he was doing. Had a whole bunch of people there, almost like 10,000 people in Harlem. I caught a toothache and I got sick and I had to go home. So when I left home, the toothache got better. Here it is, years later, I got cast in to be in the Denzel Washington movie as a, you know, as a background actor. So I was doing that, and then from there I started working on other projects like Law and Order. I pronounced you Chuck and Larry with Adam Sandler and Kevin James. I did commercials. I mean, you name it. I still kind of like do that, you know, right now, but not too much. So right now I'm just like really, you know, really working on my own stuff, and I'm working on other projects with other people who have me acting in their films as well. That's coming out.
Wow. So
So
it's been a journey. So
yes.
for you and seeing people like Spike Lee, well, of course you got to think about, and I'm sure
He
you
was my
probably get
inspiration. He
you
was my-
probably get
oh, yes.
compared all the time because both being from Brooklyn, both doing your own like kind of
Yes.
to hell with Hollywood.
Exactly.
We're gonna go do our thing.
Exactly. And I feel better. And I'm glad you mentioned Spike Lee. And I apologize, Spike. I didn't mention your name. He was my great inspiration before Tyler Perry came to write and produce and direct. I watched most of Spike Lee's films and stuff, Do the Right Thing, More Better Blues, and things, and Malcolm X as well. And he was my inspiration. He inspired me to want to do my own stuff as well. Okay, so that was really my great inspiration to do my own. I was like, man, I'm gonna do like the next Spike Lee. And now that we got, you know, HD, we got technology, people making phones, you know, making movies on their camera phones, on their phones. Now it's much easier. So Spike Lee is my great inspiration. Tyler Perry is just an addition. So yeah, a lot of people have asked me, "Are you going to do movies like Spike Lee?" Then now they say, "Are you going to do movies like Tyler Perry?" I said, "Well, you know, I'm going to do the kind of movies I do. I'm not going to like try to mimic them. I'm going to do the way, you know, the kind of what's in my heart, what I know what people like, and that's predominantly action film. Working on a movie right now. It's a superhero movie. It's called The Unstoppables. Predominantly Black and Latinos is in the film, and we're still shooting. We should be done by the end of January, going into February for a summer release.
Wow. So what is the premise of that movie?
Well, the premise of that movie is an action film about a bunch of, you know, blacks coming together as, you know, playing superheroes and stopping crime and, you know, from people, you know, destroying New York City and the world and everything. It's to actually show people that, you know, we could come together as a people and do something positive. But I wanted to put it like in the comic book form because I've always been a fan of superhero movies. I was never a fan of comic books, but I always watched, you know, the Avengers and cartoon, the X-Men and stuff like that. So that all that inspired me as well to want to one day do my own.
Absolutely. And I think that's great.
Yes.
That's how it should be.
Exactly, because nobody's really, because truth to be told, you look at the business now, it's been a shifting, okay? Nobody's not really like trying to like send their scripts out to different places and like, you know, motion pictures and, you know, far as Paramount Pictures and stuff like that. Everybody pretty much doing it on their own and putting things on streaming service and putting things online. And like, I mean, I see movies on YouTube getting like 50 million to 100 million views. And they making a killing off it, and it's not even in the market like in the theaters, and they just like underground is making
And you can
history.
make a lot of money.
Oh yes, oh yes,
You could definitely do very, very well.
yes you
So
can.
we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be
Sure.
right back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. So, Randy, let's talk about some of your other projects that you have coming up. You love to write.
Yes.
And you were saying about your other movie that's coming out this summer
Yes.
that crime in Brooklyn, superheroes.
Yes.
So, you know, I love it, especially with the whole Black Panther movement. People
Yes.
are black superheroes. It's very underrepresented, so
Yes.
you definitely need more of that.
Yes, we do.
What other storylines that you gravitate towards?
Comedy and drama. I'm actually, after I finish this movie, I'm also gearing up for pre-production on a movie about women. Okay, the next movie we're going to be doing is about women. It's called "I Don't Need a Man to Make Me Happy." Okay, and
I
I know
mean,
it's,
true. But go ahead.
and it basically talks about women coming together, going through bad relationships, and really, bringing each other together and like encouraging each other and letting each other know that listen, you don't have to get a guy to make yourself whole to make you feel like, like you make your self-esteem feel high. It's to show that you all can come together and work together in unity, and women get on. Because you know how it is with with you women. Sometimes when y'all get together, it's like always a falling out. But I'm showing that and this one, there's no falling out. Some may say, "Was it like a girls' trip?" I said, "No." Not exactly.
That was a good movie too.
That was a great movie. I love that movie, and I love the whole cast, especially Tiffany Haddish. So she's like one of my dream girls. I would love to have work with me on one of my projects. Okay, so you out there, Tiffany? You see this? Look your boy
Shout
up.
outs to.
Look your boy up. Okay, so we're working on that. I got a couple of other film projects that I worked on. One film I got right now is called Money Over Morals. I play a drug dealer in the projects and where I came from, in the housing projects, and turned Christian. I actually was trying to the moral of the story is actually me trying to build up a drug empire with my friend, one of my, associates in the streets, a girl, and after coming close to being successful in that, I almost came up against near two death experience with someone trying to kill me. So I decided to leave the drug world alone and turn my life around and go the other direction, the way of God. So got that movie out. I got another movie called Christmas with the Joneses. That's actually airing right now here in Brooklyn and different places. Yeah, it actually talks about families trying to come together for the holidays, and you always have that individual that just don't want to get along with the other individual, and it's very hard. So I put my name in it at the Joneses because, the Joneses is very popular, but it's for anybody. It's like Christmas with the Ramirez, Christmas with the Josephs, Christmas with anyone. Okay, but I just put my, my last name in it because it kind of rings a bell, and it touch home.
Of course.
Yes.
And you said that's currently airing.
Yes, currently airing on Brick Arts Media. Yes, in Brooklyn, and also worldwide, also online as well. And it's on my YouTube site as well.
So what's interesting is I heard that you're a funny man, that you like to do a little, share some laughs.
Yeah, well, people's been telling me, all right, I did kind of a stand-up comedy. And I've been getting offers to do stand-ups in nightclubs, and I'm kind of nervous. I'm not funny, but people saw my sitcom, and I have a sitcom on the air I did with one of my actors by the name of Miss Alicia Fogg. It's called Can Life Get Any Worse Than This? And that's been aired on television, Manhattan and Brooklyn, and every time people see the episodes, they just go crazy. But it's been told to me so many times about being a comedian and you should do stand-up. I'm like, I've been called a comedian still, but I'm like, I can't do stand. I'm not funny like that. They said, no, yes you are, yes you are, but yeah, I like to make people laugh. I like to bring the joy in people's lives, especially what we're going through right now with all the pandemic and all the nonsense. People need laughter, okay? The Bible said laughter is good medicine. Laughter is good for you, okay? You can feel bad about something. Once you laugh, you feel better. But yeah, I've been known to make people laugh, and I got a friend of mine, one of my actors in the film, who's playing one of the superheroes. He's actually been telling me about coming to some nightclubs to do stand-up comedy, and I'm considering it, but I'm not too sure. I don't know. I don't, because it's you may be funny among your friends and your family members and people, your coworkers.
When you get up
but
there,
when you get up on that stage, it's
people who spent their money.
As you said, exactly. It's get off this,
the expectation is.
Exactly. I don't want to get ice thrown at me.
Tomatoes, cups.
Exactly. I'll be like, well, you know what? To make you happy, I'll go over there and make a fool of myself and go there. Okay? That's okay. Let me go up. But I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure. It's not a guarantee. I'm more of an action kind of guy, but I make people laugh. Like dramedy, action and comedy put together. But yes, to answer your question, yes, I'm known to make people laugh and do kind of jokes.
That's
trying
great
to be funny. I don't know.
Trying to make it all come together.
I mean, when I was coming up in school, especially in kindergarten and public school, I would get in trouble with the teachers because I was always make jokes on other students, and so all that's part of my comedy. In my neighborhood I grew up in, we all used to come together and make jokes on each other, and I was known to be like one of the top dogs among my friends. So I just never really took it seriously. Okay, maybe one day down the road, I don't know. God's willing, yeah, I'll do it, but I'm not. It's not really in my menu right now to do stand up.
Understood. And then, of the directing, writing, acting, is there one that you prefer more? Because I know a lot of people are that triple threat. They do all three, but there's always something or one that you lean more towards.
I'd rather do acting. The reason why is because I love to express myself in front of people. Okay, I love to make people happy. I love to make people smile. I love to make people laugh. I love to make people wonder and think and be like, if he can do it, I can do it. I love to show people within the inner city communities and anywhere, the same thing I just said. If you can do this, I can do it. I love to bring joy and excitement to people's souls. I love to let people know, listen, tomorrow, is another day, okay? Smile, be happy that you've seen it. So I love to act. I rather, acting is my thing.
Definitely. Get up there, you get to go into character.
Exactly. I don't need no, vitamin C or whatever. I just get up there, and when that camera comes on me, that's my vitamin. I mean, not that I don't take it, I do.
During COVID, okay? We still take your vitamin C,
I'll
please.
still take my vitamin C or eat my oranges or whatever, But when I'm in front of that camera, it's like I'm just another person. I'm just like, even when I'm off the camera, I'm like another person. But follow me in front of the camera, this is what I live for. This is my thing, okay? This is what I love, God, family, and being in front of the camera, making others happy.
And smile and shine.
And smiling, even my enemies, even my haters, make them happy. But I love acting. Acting is wonderful. I love it. It's wonderful.
Oh, it truly is, especially if you really have that love for it, as I could tell that you clearly do. You love it, it comes through, then that's great.
Exactly, so. Especially when you do your own, when you create your own. I do improv as well. Most of the movies I just told you was all improv.
Well, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. So much going on. It's a big year. We got movies coming out. You got shows. All these different things. What are you really looking forward to the most out of all your projects?
I'm looking for my projects to go mainstream, the big screen, the movie theater. That's the main thing. Okay? I even got a couple opportunities. I spoke to a couple of theater owners local, and they already told me that, look, when your movie is done, let us know, we put it in. That's my main goal, is to go towards the mainstream, okay? Hire the big, work with people like Jamie Foxx, I said Tiffany Haddish, Eddie Murphy, people in that nature. Tyler Perry, which I'm so looking forward to. But my main thing is to go to the mainstream.
So I got to ask you the $1 million question. Funding, which is the epicenter of whether it's a business deal or something like this, you need funding.
Yes.
So how are you securing funds right now?
Well, the way I'm securing funds is like out of my own pocket. When I work, with little odd jobs I do and everything. And when I'm in the process right now, I'm getting a budget, but a lot of my actors I work with, they kind of like, say, don't worry about it, just as long as your stuff come out, we'll they'll take, they're not going to take nothing from me or anything. I even offer to pay a few. It's a no problem. A few I have, gave some in the past. But as far as with funding, like whatever I can get, I'll pay my actors. And far as equipment-wise, I own my own equipment. I have my own lights. I have my own cameras. Something like this around here. On lights, on cameras. I have access to my other actors and producers who own their own cameras. One of my producers I work with by the name of my assistant director by the name of Mr. Dorian Knighton. I said your name, okay? Dorian Knighton. He actually he has his own green screen, like I have my own screen lights and spotlights and everything. So we kind of like combine our equipment together, and make like a little Hollywood in
A
Brooklyn.
nice little Hollywood in Brooklyn.
Exactly, in a big way. So the majority of funding comes out of our own pockets.
Self-funded, and that's usually what it is. I had a feeling, but
Mhm.
sometimes it springboards from one project to another.
Yes,
You use one project, you knock it out the park. You use that to secure other money. It's so
Exactly.
many different opportunities.
Well, I have a plan. I'm not gonna say what the plan is, but I have a plan down the line. Once one project gets picked up, which that's pretty much in the process right now of something of a great big opportunity. A couple of opportunities is coming my way right now. Once that gets picked up, and once that is fully funded by my investor and everything, I have a plan that's going to like bring myself and my cast even further in what we are venturing in.
There you go.
Yes.
It's very exciting.
Yes, yes. And it feels good to own your own, to have your own everything, your own equipment, your own camera, your own lights, and you don't just work from the camera from the phone. It feels good that you ain't got to depend on nobody no more.
Exactly. To be self-sufficient is one of the best gifts that you could have.
So beautiful. You can wake up in the morning and say, I want to make a reality TV show, just me and my family. I got the camera. We just set the camera with the lights and that's it. Okay, it's so good. And now I'm getting into animation too. I'm starting to do animation. I can take pictures and turn into cartoons and make them talk. So now that's my next level as well, working on animation, alongside with the film with the superhero movie. So now I'm doing animation because I'm about to create my own comic book series based upon the movie and the movies, and I'm about to do my own cartoon as well for the film. So I'm getting into that as well.
Bravo.
And my own game. My own arcade game should be out sometime next September 2022.
That's amazing.
Yes.
It's a lot. You have a lot going on. How do people at home get in contact with you? What's the best way to reach you?
Okay, you can reach me several ways. You can reach me by my email, randyjonesbusiness@yahoo.com. randyjo1@gmail.com. You can also reach me on Facebook, Randy Jones. And you can also reach me on YouTube or youtube.com/Randy Jones Films, youtube.com/Mega Randy Jones.
Okay, so you're definitely out there. You're socially connected.
Yes.
So there's definitely great ways. Any websites? Well, the YouTube is where they could see all of their films and projects.
Yes. Well, that's basically right now. I mean, I have a website. It's called beyondimaginations.com. But that's like right now in the process of being reconstructed. That's like, right now it's in the process of being reconstructed. And we're not really using the website, but we still give it to the people so they can, go in there. Because with so many projects, it's so much stuff is changing. And there's a whole lot more projects I got to add on to that I ain't even mentioned yet. But what I just told everybody, that's where you can reach me.
Is there anybody that you want to give a special shout out to, your team who's been so loyal and
Yes,
helpful?
I'm glad you said that. Oh my goodness. Because I do so many interviews and I don't get a chance to really say so many shout outs. Yes, I'd like to give a shout out to all my cast members that have been working with me. Amelia Moore, I got to talk with you. We got to do this, our sitcom, you're something else. My other cast members, Anthony Rosa Jr., Diana Lopez, Hiram Josiah, Carissa Jones, Dorian Knighton. Let me see if I left anybody else out. Nifitera Williams, shout out to New Jersey. How you doing, Niffy? JJ Matisse. And my goodness, so much. Regina Raymond out in Connecticut. Call me. I got to talk to you. And that's basically it.
Okay.
Anybody else that work with me, you know who you are. All my other contacts that work with me, everybody, my actors, actresses that worked with me before, Alicia Fogg, Demi Davis, love you guys. Oh, Dale Smith, my investor and actor as well. Corinne, the actress, can't forget you, straight out of Europe. So that's basically it.
Okay, great. So you have a lot of support, a big roster of people that you work with, and of course,
Yes.
everybody's doing their thing to help make the dream come true.
Yes. Also, another thing, yes, Miss Peggy Dotson, who gave me the opportunity to work with her in a new streaming network coming up. You're going to see some of my films on UBC TV, okay, which is about to go worldwide real soon, between now and by spring. UBC TV television. Peggy Dawson, love you, sis. Thank you for the opportunity. I will be talking to you.
Awesome. It's amazing.
Yes.
So you have a lot going on. A whole jam-packed year
Yes.
between the writing, the acting, the producing, the TV show, the game. I mean,
Yes.
you're gonna have time to sleep, do anything else?
Well, there be times I'm up like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, waking my neighbors. Hey, come on, we're trying to sleep. You know, working on the computer, doing editing, filming and shooting and stuff. It's like, as a production person, you know, it's like our job is never done. Okay, we never sleep. You know, so I do get sleep, but not like the regular, not like the usual. I do get some sleep.
Okay.
I mean, I need a vacation. I think once this movie is finished, I'm going to Hawaii or Dominican Republic. I'm going to an island. I'm going somewhere. I need like a 2 weeks alone, just me and the beach and some pina colada and something like
Well,
that.
Randy, thank you so much for joining us. It's been great having
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
All
And
right.
I look forward to working. She's gonna be working with us, y'all. So got a new cast member, okay? She's gonna be working with us soon, okay?
There you have it. As always, if you have any questions or comments, you can send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. I'm your host, Lydia Patel. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll be back again next week. Same time, same place. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us.
Beyond Focus TV show wants and needs your feedback. Did we blunder? Please let us know so we can improve. Was the show helpful to you? Drop us a note so we can share the success with our staff members. Is there something you think we could do better? We welcome new ideas and new approaches to old ideas. Do you have a great suggestion? Let us know and we'll work on it. If you would like to share your comments anonymously, please send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. If you want to get in touch with the executive producer directly, send him an email at gene@beyondfocusmedia.com. We really look forward to hearing from you.